Shavua Tov.
Shabbat Tov.
The question of freedom comes up a lot, and the question is, what is freedom? Is freedom to do whatever we want? Is freedom to take what we want? Is freedom just coming in here if I want to redecorate the walls, if it's someone else's place? Really, what is freedom? There was a singer many years ago who in Bushy, they met Wham, and they sung "I Don't Want Your Freedom." And it was actually a Jewish singer, George Michael, though he didn't realize at the time. And this theme of "I don't want your freedom" is really what the Jews, Bnei Israel, seem to be saying when they leave Egypt. Yesterday we read that the Jews, Bnei Israel, as they leave Egypt, they turn around and they want to go back to Egypt. They don't want their freedom. And they stop at a place called Pi Hahirot. And there's various different interpretations of what Pi Hahirot is. And it's not like, when we hear the different places along the way that they stop, it's not like someone's driving from London to Manchester and they stop at Scratchwood services and then they stop at Watford Gap and stop off maybe for the night in Birmingham and go to Manchester. Every word or every specific name has a deeper meaning. According to Rashi, Pi Hahirot, it means the mouth of Herod. It's talking about two rocks which are apart, and they're stepping through these two symbolic rocks. According to the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, he was a man who lived, he was a Rebbe who lived in Israel at the time of the Baal Shem Tov, and he's one of the few who are called HaKadosh, the Holy. He was a very, very high-level Kabbalist. He begins in his commentary on this one by saying, actually, they were meant to slow down. They were slowing down to sort of see if Paro, if Pharaoh wanted to catch up with them, see like were they really in it, were they going to get away? But there is one Rebbe who gives something which I'm particularly drawn to. It happens to be in the Meshulah, by coincidence, the Ishbitzer Rebbe, and he says about freedom. He says the following. He says, "Pia Hakirot." When they stopped off, it wasn't a name of a place. It was actually the name of an idol, and the idol was called the Mouth of Freedom. And in this particular idol, it was freedom to do whatever you want. And as a result, human beings, being human beings, it ended up with klipad znut, the shell or the negative consciousness of licentiousness. They were deep in sexual immorality. They were doing whatever they want. But he said that you might think it was going to be a negative thing that leads to a positive. So the negative thing being that they get to such a low level of enjoying physicality and pleasures of the flesh that they would say, this is completely empty and meaningless. I'm going to turn to God and I'm going to bring extra restrictions upon myself. Turns out they didn't do that. They said, no, this is really cool. We're staying here. And what it really compares to, it's saying like actually what we're choosing, what Bnei Israel, what the Torah is teaching, is it's saying that freedom isn't obviously physical freedom to do whatever we want. It's freedom to choose what we're doing, and it's freedom to connect to God. As Mendy's son-in-law Yaakov said yesterday, quoting someone else, and I'm not sure who, is we're all servants to someone, or we're all servants to something. We just have the freedom to choose our master. So it's really this choice of freedom, how we're going to go into the week. In many ways, we're wired for God, absolutely wired as human beings. People either say, I believe in God, absolutely, or I don't believe in God, or there isn't God, or there is God. But no one has a neutral position on it. So this week we should be blessed to choose life, choose God, choose the oneness, choose this higher consciousness, break through the negativity, bring the light into the world. Shavua Tov.